Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings today. It's almost June already. And so today we're going to do the all star signs reading for the month of June. So you know your star signs. It's going to be your sun sign. If you want to check out your moon sign or your rising sign or your Jupiter sign or any of your signs, I'm going to put the timestamps in the description and you can go there and see the reading for this month from the Brian Froud Faerie Oracle and the Black Walnut runes. And I will see you there. Bye! Hello, Taurus. So Taurus, we're going to start with a Fairy Oracle card and you get the Master Maker. So this month you might be working on some things. It might not be something that you're like crafting, but it could be something that you're putting together just in your life. So let's see what the Black Walnut runes have to say. Okay. Whatever it is you're doing, you're going to be supported, which is good. Let's get the splash reading down for Taurus. Okay, so your central issue this month is going to be represented by Algies. Algies is the rune of protection and support. It's the elk, otherwise known as the moose. And it does have to do with protection and support. It is upright, so you are well supported in your endeavor, whatever you happen to be making this month. You are, let me turn that, leading up to this, you've been actually feeling pretty comfortable. You've actually got Othala, which is the home and the homeland rune. You're feeling pretty secure, and so that's probably why you feel comfortable enough to start making things, which is great. What will help you is give yourself the stillness to work on this. Give yourself, like, stop everything else. Like, you want to basically be giving this the focus. And look, there's even an Isa in this card. Or an echo of the Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. It has to do with standstill and also clarity, and also the standstill through which comes clarity. So that is going to help you with what you're doing that is under a great deal of protection and support, and also, you know, you're sort of building supports as well. You're building protections, further protections and supports. What won't help is that it's going to feel like it's taking a long time. It's not something you're going to be able to do in a day. It's not something you're going to be able to do quickly. You can't rush what you're creating. You can't rush what you're doing, but you can. So it is going to take the time, and it's going to feel like, you know, you want to push it. You want to really get it done. That's actually going to make it worse, and you're not going to get done things what you want to get done if you're worried about rushing. So if that starts to drag you down, bring yourself back up to the place where you feel that you can be still and give this the stillness that it needs to do the creation of whatever you're making correctly. And what this is going to lead you to is, by the end of the month, you're going to be very aware of the needs that you need to be tending. We have Nauthiz, which is the rune of need. It's upright, so it's not like a drop everything and tend the needs, but you are going to be looking at needs that you need to tend. So whether that comes to the surface through what you're working on, through what you're making this month, or whether it comes to the surface because you've been giving all your focus to making the things, then by the end of the month you want to basically take some time and make sure that all your needs are tended. So that, Taurus, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Virgo. So Virgo, we're going to start with a card from the Fairy Oracle, and you have the Laume, which is very beautiful. I don't know if they want it to be pronounced the Laume or the Laume, but it's a very beautiful card. So it's sort of like you are being supported by your ancestors, and they are enjoying the joy that you are experiencing through you, wherever they are, wherever they happen to be. So that's, you're sort of on the shoulders of. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some clarification from the... They make a lovely sound when I'm mixing them, don't they? These beautiful black walnut runes. What's neat about the walnut runes, I definitely... These are the only runes that I have that are actually really, really, really very much in keeping with what Taka just said the runes were when he observed them many, 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 many years ago. Or as the Fraggles say, many, many, many days ago. Because they are of a nut-bearing tree. Ideally, the runes were cut from a fruit or nut-bearing tree. Of course, now we use runes that are from stone or bone or clay or all kinds of trees. But this is my set that is the nut-bearing tree one. So and they make a lovely sound. So the main focus for you, your central issue this month, is going to be patience. It's going to be a step-by-step thing. You are going to be progressing carefully towards a goal, or even just like step by step. There may not even be a goal, but just like taking it step by step, moving slowly but certainly towards where you're going. Leading up to this, and this actually ties in with this, we have a very strong connection to spirit. We have Avaz, which is the horse rune. This has to do with movement and also spirit, and in connection with the card, I see that this would be, with the support of your ancestors or with the support of spirit, letting your spirit guide you forward and carry you like a horse. And it is moving you forward. So you have now moved onto a path that in the month of June you are going to be stepping step by step and following patiently. What is going to help you is keep around you your home state of mind, wherever you are. I mean, it's upright, so it's not going to be internal completely. It's going to be something where you're going to be keeping yourself in a situation while you do this, where you feel protected, where you feel you have solace and comfort. And this is basically, it's Othala, it's the home and the homeland. Sort of have your home will be what helps you. Your home environment and whatever you consider home will help you this month with this step-by-step process that you're doing. What won't help you is you may, and I'm going to read this a couple ways. We have Laguz reversed. Laguz is the rune of, it's water, it's the lake. So it has to do with all the watery stuff, emotion, intuition, and heart. Basically, it is reversed and it's on the lower line. So you're sort of worried about negative emotions, but you're also inclined to shun emotions a bit. So that's not going to help you either. So either you're worried about negative emotions coming up while you do this step-by-step process, or you're just basically sort of wanting to not experience the emotions, but the emotions are essential because this is what this is about. You're sort of seeking joy and wonder, and this will please. this is through that your ancestors or your spirit, or spirit capital S, is supporting you through and carrying you through, is what this is going to sort of feed. It's going to feed each other, sort of thing. So what is going to help is we have Othala, bring yourself back up to a state of home and comfort, and this will actually make it so that even if you do experience negative emotions, that won't be a problem, and it will also make you feel comfortable enough to experience emotions that you do unearth. And what this is going to lead you to is we have Vunyo reversed. Vunyo reversed on the path line. In connection with this, I see this as finally tapping into a deep inner joy, really, really connecting with that. It may also bring you into an awareness of where you're not contented currently in your life, which is another read on Vunyo reversed. But given the path, I'm sort of seeing this as sort of patiently following this path that will put you in connection with the beginnings of your joy deep inside, and that will lead you forward. So that, Virgo, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Capricorn. So Capricorn, we are going to start with a card from the Faerie Oracle, and you get Lease of the Shadows. Ooh. And what this seems to look like, what this says at this point is you feel like you're moving through a dark time. You feel like you're moving through where you really can't see very far ahead, but you are the light in that. So while you move through this dark time, you have wings, and you can be the light in this dark time, which is hopefully comforting, because I think it would be comforting for me. So let's get some runes from the Black Walnut runes. it's all Elder Futhark, but it's Elder Futhark on different pieces of material. So anyway, this is the Black Walnut runes. Let's get these arranged. So your central issue is really beginnings this month. We have Berkana, which is the rune of birth and beginnings. So you're going to you're really focusing on a beginning this month, a new beginning that maybe you have been working on for a while but haven't started yet, and now you are actually really setting towards starting this new beginning this month, which is very exciting. Leading up to this, you've actually done a lot of work already towards this. You've done a lot of shaping. We have Ingvaz, which is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god, and the rune has to do with active creation. So you've actually done a lot of prep work for this already. You've laid the foundation for this. You really have done a lot. And now you're ready to start, which is great. What is going to help you is you really have a strong sense of not only your wealth and your, like, your whatever your wealth is for you, the richness of you, your worth, basically. You have a really strong sense of your worth and also the worth of the work of what you're beginning. What doesn't help is we have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. It has to do with it's standstill. So in the lower line, I'm reading this as, at this point, you've done all this work, even though it's darkness around you, to not begin would be the worst thing you can do. So make sure that you do, if you start to think, oh, you get frozen by, well, I know I do that. If there's calamity, I sort of freeze and just like go catatonic and not want to do anything, just sit. That's not going to help. You want to begin. The whole focus is you've built up to this, you've worked really hard, and you're ready to begin. So if you start to feel like, I can't, it's dark, I'm scared, which is totally understandable, but you freeze, bring yourself back up to where you're thinking, well, first of all, I know my worth. I know that what I'm going to be working on and what I'm going to be beginning is worth beginning, even if there's nothing but darkness around me. And you are also, again, as I said before, the light in the darkness. So you can move through the shadows because you bring your own light. And just be aware of the worth of that. That is great. And what you're beginning will continue to bring light into the darkness. And by the end of the month, what this is going to lead you to is you're going to be very comfortable to leave your comfort zone. This is Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. It is reversed and it's on the path line. And what this says to me is letting go of things that no longer serve you and leaving your comfort zone. You will be as built up enough and be aware enough of your own worth and the worth of your project, which you're beginning, that you are not going to have a problem by the end of the month being completely in a state of stepping out of your comfort zone into the darkness, bringing your own light. And that, Capricorn, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. So, Aquarius, we're going to start with a card from the Faerie Oracle. So let's see what you get. Death. Okay. So don't be scared. The death card in this, as well as in tarot or any other thing, does have to do just with a major change. So there is a major change afoot and on the horizon of this month. I'm still going to do this gently in case it actually is a death, which would be very sad, but also part of life. And we're going to see what the runes have to say about what's going to happen this month. So let's see, this is like really crooked. Let's not build crooked. Alrighty. Get that. Go. Definitely a major change. Definitely a transition. Okay, so your central issue here is we have Kaunas, and I'm going to read this a few ways. One, it is the rune of expansion. It's a fire, basically. So it's a torch or a fire. Something that starts small like an ember and gets, like, sort of expands into a blaze. I'm also seeing this as something that where a situation has sort of expanded from what it was. So it is about opening up. It is about being more open, but it is also about a situation expanding. And whatever situation that is, it's something that So it's we have Gabo. Gabo's the rune of the gift. It has to do with an exchange. It does have to do with one-on-one relationships sometimes. Mostly what I read this as is agreements, decisions, and goals. So there's something that was reached, like an agreement or a decision that has happened in the past, leading up to this point, and now building on that. This is basically, we're expanding from there. So it is a change. It is something different. What is going to help you is Vunyo. Vunyo is the rune of joy. So really be very focused on either your current joy or seeking joy. Basically, you want to basically focus on. I mean, you don't want to have the toxic positivity thing happening, but you definitely want to have recourse to it. So to keep in your mind what brings you joy, and this is like this, what brings you joy that cannot be removed, like that nobody can take from you. This is something that you're drawing up and you're connecting with, that is just going to be there no matter what. So connect with that joy, become focused on that joy, and that's what's going to help carry you through this new expansion into this new situation that led from this decision or agreement or goal that has happened. So what isn't going to help is there is a certain stubbornness. We're going into we're going into like an expanded world. So your stubbornness, represented here by Uruz, which is the wild ox, and it has to do with strength and health, but in the lower line, I'm also seeing, so there's worries about strength and health as well that might drag you down, but in a lot of ways there's stubbornness, sort of clinging to the old. The name of the game at the moment is expansion and change, major change. So the ending of the old and going forward. And if you are stubbornly clinging to your old ways or the old world, then you're not going to be able to move forward. And what's going to carry you forward is focusing on your joy. This will sort of, to use the New Age terminology, is going to raise your vibe so that you will more comfortably be able to move forward. And by the end of the month, what this is going to lead you to is, and I'm going to read this a few ways, we have Ansu's reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication and manifestation. Reversed, it has to do with silence, listening, and inner communication. So you're going to be more connected with your inner voice by the end of the month, which is very important. This would have stemmed from being connected with your joy. This will lead into where you are going to have that connection with your inner voice. But also, you're in new ground, so you're going to be paying attention. You're going to be listening. You're not going to be filling it with words from your old world. You're going to be basically getting your bearings and listening in your new world. And that, Aquarius, is your very interesting reading for June of 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Gemini. So, Gemini, we're going to start with a card from the Faerie Oracle. Let's see what card you get. Whoa! Your fairy guide. And it's blank because you're supposed to look at it and see your fairy guide. So you're going to have some guidance this month. You may not see this guidance, but you will, if you intuit it and if you sort of let it guide you. This is a good thing. You're going to be led into the magic of your life, kind of thing. A much more magical way of living, which is exciting, Gemini. So let's see what the runes have to say about this. Very cool. This is neat. This is a neat. Oh, you get Wunyo too. That's lovely. Okay. And finally, for the end of the month. Okay, very, very neat. Okay, so your central issue is Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the breaking of the day. It's the dawn. It's not ignorable. It's a revelation that illuminates everything, and by that illumination, which is like this, it's like just blaze, by that you will be able to see a whole new world, a whole new way forward. And this would be your fairy guide. Your guide is, what is guiding you forward is this new illumination. What led up to this is we have Fehu. Fehu's the rune of wealth and worth. Doesn't necessarily have to be money worth, it's cattle. So it's whatever is your living wealth that that brings you, that makes you feel worthy and that gives you a sense of worth in the world and makes your life rich. And that led to this moment of total illumination, like just completely unignorable revelation of everything around you. It's just lit everything. What is going to help you this month is basically follow your joy. We have Vunyo. It's going to be very easy because everything's going to be lit up. So you're going to be able to very easily see where your joy is and follow it. And that's what's going to help you the most this month. What isn't going to help is we have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. It is in the lower line. I'm seeing this more about worries about needs. I sort of get the sense that in that the upper line is always the antidote to the lower line, that following your joy will actually serve your needs anyway. So you're not going to have to worry about your needs not being met or tended because you are following your joy. And as you follow your joy, the needs are going to sort of fall into place. Like the tending of your needs is going to be a part of that. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of the month, we have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with the uncontrolled uncontrollables, wildlands, the natural forces, natural energies, sometimes chaos, but it's basically you're going to have the ability by the end of the month to step into this and not worry because you are guided. So it's like a trackless wild storm, but you have the guidance of this and your joy that is leading you through. And so you are going to feel comfortable even to walk through a storm with this guidance. So that, Gemini, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Libra. So Libra, we're going to start with a card from the Fairy Oracle, and you get Penelope Dreamweaver. That's awesome. So you are going to be very much about sort of manifesting dreams this month. So let's get some runes to clarify. The Black Walnut runes. Here's your journey. Nice. Very nice. Lovely. Don't worry, I'll explain. Okay, this is a very exciting reading, Libra. So, your central issue is Rhytho, which is the rune of the journey. And this is not just a journey where you get on a train. This is a journey where you're on a horse. So because you're riding. Rhytho means riding. So this is a directed journey. So you are on this journey and your focus is this journey that you are on. Leading up to this, we have Avaz. Avaz is also a horse. Avaz is the rune of movement and spirit, and it's the way that spirit carries you. Spirit has carried you onto this journey that you're on. So you've followed your spirit up to this point. It's moved you forward, and you've kept moving forward because spirit was leading you. And now you are letting spirit carry you forward. You are on this journey. It's a directed journey, but spirit is carrying you, the horse of spirit. What will help you is sort of accepting, I want to say accepting your fate. It's not quite that. You're basically when surprises come up, and there will be revelations of what was always there, because that's what Pertho, the lot box, has to say. Pertho's a lot box. The lot box is people would cast lots to see how lucky they were that day. So it's surprises, it's fate, but when it is surprises, it's surprises that were always there. So embrace this, be ready to accept the surprises that get revealed because they were always a part of this. So that's what's going to help you along this journey, is just to accept the surprises and your fate, such as that is. And also good luck. Through that, you can accept your good luck. What won't help is you may be a little worried about, and I'm going to read this a couple ways. We have Fehu, which is the rune of wealth and worth. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So there is going to be a worry that maybe it may be as practical as you may be worried you don't have the money to go forward with this journey. You may also worry that you don't have the worth to go forward with this journey. And you may be worried that you are overconfident on this journey. Please try not to worry about that. That could drag you down if you do that. Just bring yourself back up to letting spirit carry you, which you have been, and focusing on the journey itself and where spirit is carrying you, and to accept the surprises that are showing up that were always there but you didn't realize yet. So very exciting. And by the end of the month, it's all going to be worth it, because we have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, also time. So it's sort of going to be wrapping up a chapter as well a bit, but you are going to be seeing the fruits of your labors by the end of the month. By the end of June, you are going to be looking at, wow, this is a harvest that I have. This is some really awesome fruits of my labors here, and I feel very fulfilled. So that, Libra, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aries. So Aries, we're going to start with a card from the Fairy Oracle, and we're going to see what your month is. We have the Piper. So Aries, you're going to be hearing a song that is going to be very enticing, and you're going to want to follow this. And that's very cool. I'm looking forward to that for you. So let's see what the runes have to say to add to that. Aries is exciting June. Yes, yes. Beautiful. I'm liking this reading, Aries. I'm liking it lots. The last rune for the month. Ooh, okay. So, Aries, your central issue is Avaz. Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement, but also spirit. You're really going to be following the spirit this month. This is going to be a month where you are just hearing the call and letting it lead you, and it's really exciting. And leading up to this, you've had a much stronger connection to heart than you've had before. Recently, we have Laguz, which is the rune of, it's the lake, so it has to do with water, all the watery stuff, emotion, intuition, and heart. So you're really in touch with and in connection with your heart. And this has led you to where you are really following the spirit right now. You're really in tune with spirit. What is going to help you is keep connected to your source energy. We have Sovila, which is the sun. The sun has to do with your source energy. It's also illuminator of darkness and vanquisher of bad things, but it's basically you're connecting to your source energy, whatever your source energy is to you. So whatever it is that is in the world that nourishes you on a spiritual level, or even just what nourishes you, you want to make sure you're keeping your source energy coming in. But be in connection with that. Even just get some sunlight. But that's what's going to help you as you're following your spirit this month, as you hear the call and move forward. Following that. What isn't going to help you is you might be a bit worried about support. You might be a bit worried about that you're worried about being supported while you're doing this. It's not that you won't be, because it's upright. It's really a worry about it. You're worried about protection. You're worried about support. You're worried about safety. So you're worried about what you're doing. Is what you're doing going to be safe? If that starts to drag you down, bring yourself back up to where you are connecting with your source energy, what nourishes you. I mean, this could be nature, it could be music, it could be dance, it could be things, whatever it is that what nourishes you at soul level. You know what your source energy comes from. So connect with that, and that's what's going to help you the most as you follow your heart, as you follow your spirit through June. What this is going to lead you to is, by the end of the month, you are going to be very, very comfortable to completely dance out of your comfort zone. We have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. It has to do with letting go of the things that no longer serve you, but also the ability to just step out of your comfort zone. And with all of this built up, the fact that you are connected with your source energy, the fact that you are following spirit, the fact that your heart is guiding you, and you're very in connection with all of this, you are going to have around you, because of that, a natural armor that is going to allow you to be comfortable just walking right out into what was normally, or what was before, very frightening, because you were leaving your comfort zone. You can do that now. By the end of June, you're going to be much more comfortable to do that. So that, Aries, is your very exciting reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Leo. Leo, let's get a card from the Fairy Oracle, and you get the feline. The feline. That's neat. I seem to remember that he has to do with finding things, but they also say, you know, we wrote all this, but just basically take what they're giving you and when you look at them. So let's see what the runes have to say about this. Or the feline, basically. You could read it as fey, being the French for fairy. Leo, let's see what the runes have to say. So your central issue this month is really going to be very much about not only driving forward with what you know it is your duty to drive forward with, but also tending your duties and responsibilities. Very important. This is Tivaz, Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. He does have to do with driving forward, but a lot has to do with tending duties and responsibilities. So your focus is really going to be about driving forward, and in that, tending duties and responsibilities, whether it is your duty and responsibility to drive forward into whatever direction or mission you have, or if it's just to make sure that everything around you is taken care of. The feline is a lion, so it's a fairy lion, as lanky as he seems, and he's got very intense vision, and he can see the way forward and is a source of protection, which is what this is talking about. We have algae leading up. You do feel very supported, you do feel protected in this, so now you're like, okay, then I'm going to set out, I'm going to do this thing that I need to do, and it's not just a quest, it's not just a project, it's like a mission that I have to do. So I am on a mission to do this. What is going to help you is begin. Begin. The beginning is the hardest part sometimes, so just begin. We have Berkana, which is the rune of birth and beginnings. Begin it. Just don't let yourself get held back by the fact that it feels like an impossible challenge. What's going to drag you down? It feels like an impossible challenge. We have what isn't going to help you is we have Thurizaz reversed. Thurizaz is the challenge rune. Reversed, it feels like an impossible challenge. It feels like it's like thorns in your way. A wall of thorns. The thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is reversed and it's on the lower line, so it just feels very, very daunting. But you have a feline on your on your side, so pick up that sword, make the beginning, do it. Just get started, because that's the only thing that's holding you back is you not starting. Just start. Just start it. That's what's going to help you the most. And what this is going to lead you to, by the end of the month, you will be on your way. You actually are on your path. You know it's not going to be an immediate thing. You know it's going to be something that's going to take time. We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree, so it has to do with step by step, patience, slow growth, slow development, but you are on your path. You are on your way, and you're in it. You're in it. You begin it, and you're in it. So you're ready to go, Leo. You just have to. All you have to do is start. It's up to you. It's on your. It's right there. Don't be daunted by it feeling like it's impossible. It's not. Just start it. You'll see. So that, Leo, is your reading for June of 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. We're going to start with a card from the Fairy Oracle. Let's see what we get. Singer of Transfiguration. Ooh, we get the Singer of Transfiguration. So we are in flux at the moment. We are in a transformative state. And it is going to be, this month, we're going to be singing ourselves into a new form, which is very exciting. Why is this so low? Why is this so high? I think I must have moved it. Anyway, so Singer of Transformation, very exciting. Transfiguration, sorry. We're basically, Transfiguration, we're changing something that is in one form into something that is going to be in another form, which is very exciting. Transforming something into something better. It's red too, so that sort of says to me that it's very much going to be about very earthed, practical life kind of things. We're transfiguring something. So let's lay down some runes from the fairy. We did the Fairy Oracle. Lay down some Black Walnut runes. So this month, it's going to be a really good idea for Sagittarius to connect with your source energy. That's going to be like one of the biggest things this month, is just get yourself back into connection with your source energy. You do feel safer now. You didn't for a long time. And right now, coming up to June, you do feel more supported and more protected than you did before. And that's a really good thing. And that's like something that was missing. And now you're able to say, hey, you know what, I don't feel as good as I used to in some ways, and I want to actually reconnect with that. So you're really focusing on reconnecting with your source energy, whatever gives you energy at soul level. We have, it could be something in nature, it could be something like music, dance, creating something, anything which actually puts you in connection with your source energy. So Velo, it's the sun. It may even mean just get out into the sun. Like, it's going to be sunshiny. So get some sunlight, get some vitamin D. What is going to help you is tend to your needs, basically. Address your needs. We have Nauthiz, which is the rune of need. It is upright, so it's not drop everything and tend to your needs, but what's going to help you connect with your source energy is make sure that all the foundational stuff is taken care of. So, you're worried, like, why don't I feel good? It's like, have you had a good meal lately? Are you keeping hydrated? Have you had exercise? Have you had enough sleep? Make sure that your needs are being tended to, because that's really going to be key, that you're going to build on while you connect to your source energy and feed that soul. So that's what's going to help you the most this month while you're on this quest to reconnect with your source energy. Make sure that your needs are being tended. Make sure that what you need is being fulfilled. What is not going to help is you're worried about happiness. You're worried about, it's almost like you're afraid of being happy, because if you're happy, then something can come and take away that happiness. And that's actually not, it's terrible, because don't stop yourself from being happy because you're worried that somebody's going to take that. You have a lot in your own control. I mean, look at the antidote to that. The upper line is always always the antidote to the lower line. So the lower line has Vunyo. It's the rune of joy. It's what you're worried about. You're worried about happiness. You're worried about being happy. And sometimes you're even worried about, if you are happy, that something bad will happen, and that's going to drive you crazy. So bring yourself back up if that starts to drag you down to where you are thinking, okay, I'm just going to make sure that all my needs are tended to, make sure that I have what I need, make sure that I'm comfortable, I'm nourished, I'm hydrated, I am rested, all the things that you need so that you can connect with your source energy more comfortably. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of the month is it's going to be a new you. The you that went into June is going to be a very different you than the you that's going to walk out of June. The you that's walking out of June is renewed, refreshed, reborn. We have Berkana, which is the rune of beginnings and birth, and it's basically by the end of the month you're going to be reborn. You're going to be transfigured. You will have been transfigured throughout the month of June. You will sing yourself into transfiguration from what you were to what you will be. And this is very, very good, Sagittarius. I'm looking forward to it for you and me, because I'm a Sagittarius. So that, Sagittarius, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Pisces. So, Pisces, we're going to start with a card from the Faerie Oracle, and you get Solus. Ooh, so cool. So that's the card of the sun. That's the solar energy, Helios, and in the runes, the sun is source energy. So I don't know if we're going to see that rune, but we might. And your focus is going to be really on that this month. It's going to be a very solar month for you. Right out of the gate, we have Sovilo. I wasn't looking, I promise. First rune I pull is also the sun. And Algaes, which is neat because we've seen that one recently. So that's cool. So really your focus is going to be this month reconnecting with your source energy. Very important. Something that has given you energy at soul level. I don't know if that one wants to come out. I'm going to sort of put it aside, and if it seems to be something that is needed, then you're going to get an extra rune. So we have the sun, we have the sun. So your central issue is going to be Solus, or Sovilo in this case for the runes. Solus for the cards, Sovilo for the runes. So it is June. We are coming into the summer months. It's going to be June. And it's going to be, you get out there, get your vitamin D, get your sunlight, get your sunshine. But also, Velo has to do with accessing your source energy. It's connecting to your source energy. So whatever your source energy is for you, it could be music, it could be nature, it could be dance, it could be, whatever connects you to what nourishes you at soul level. And that's going to be your big focus. Now, leading up to that, we have Algae, which is the rune of the elk. It has to do with protection and support. It is, you feel supported. You feel supported already. At this point going into June, you feel protected, you feel supported. So now you're focusing on connecting with your source energy and just basically basking. You're going to be really basking in the sun this month. And it could be as simple as you will be basking in the sun because it's June coming in. What is going to help you? I'm going to read this a couple ways. We have Evaz, the horse. The horse rune has to do with movement and spirit. It is reversed and it's on the helping line. So number one, you're not going to want to run around as much. You're not going to be it's hot, but you're not going to want to run around as much. You're going to want to stay pretty much in one place. That's going to help you. But at the same time, the running around you're going to be doing is going to be internal. You're going to be following the spirit internally. You're going to be very focused on that. And it's going to help you a lot, especially in dealing with the energy that you're getting, the good energy, the good source energy. And you're going to be able to go inward and let spirit guide you and just sort of just ride around in your NOR. Have a really good time in spirit, letting your spirit guide you internally and bringing light to perhaps where there was not light before internally, which is exciting. That's not a where the sun don't shine joke, I promise. So what won't help is you are concerned that this is a very limited amount of time. We have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest. I'm reading this more on a time level of finally it's summer, but summer is short. And you're going to just be worried about, it might make you frantic that you want to use every second, and that if you waste a second, then you failed, and it's going to make you very frantic and upset. And try not to worry about that. You are using every moment of the sun, whatever the sun is in this case, whether it's the actual sunlight or it's you and your source energy, you're using it. And even if it is temporary, what you're going to get from this is a harvest. What you're going to get from this is going to nourish you. It's going to bring riches to you. And what this is going to lead you to is a much stronger connection with heart. We have Lagos, which is the rune of the lake or water, and it has to do with flow, things flowing down with riches, and also emotion, intuition, and heart, the emotional, the watery stuff. So by the end of this month, you are going to be very, very, your heart is going to be very invigorated. It's going to be renewed. You're going to be able to love stronger and feel stronger, and you're going to be following your heart out. You're following spirit during the month and letting the sun and your source energy nourish you, and you're going to be flowing out of June with a much stronger heart, emotionally and spiritually heart. So this is very exciting for you, Pisces. So that is your reading for June 2022. Oh, your rune that fell out. You get an extra. Is that the cat meowing? I hear a cat. Maybe I don't hear a cat. Maybe I hear neighbors. But anyway, we have, you will be able to express this as well. This will actually lead you to communication. So you do actually have an extra rune, lucky you, but the heart will be able to express itself going forward. So that, Pisces, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Cancer people. So let's start with a card from the Faerie Oracle for the Cancer people. We have, I think that's an A. I'm going to say Ake the Aeomancer. I'm not sure. That's really cool. Is it Nick the Niomancer or Hick the Hyomancer? Fonts are important, and this one makes this word very difficult to read. Either way, it's this lovely fellow, Cancer people, at one with the nature around him and looking very, very much at peace. And since omancers are generally readers of the things around them, you're able to basically blend into your element and read what it is saying to you, whatever it is around you that is speaking to you. So let's get some runes to clarify and also to expand upon this. Okay, and there we go. So your central issue this month is going to be focused on wealth and worth, not necessarily material wealth, but it is upright, so there might be a factor of that. Mostly though, it's cattle, so it's your movable wealth, it's your living wealth, it's the wealth that you need to tend for it to maintain being viable. You need to maintain this wealth, but it's basically your focus is going to be on that, the riches you need to tend. You're sort of blending in with it. You're sort of in it. Leading up to this, we've had a great harvest. There's been a period of time that has led up to this where you really have seen the fruits of your labors coming through. It was a period of time, so it was like a chapter of your life that has just completed, through which you have gotten quite a good harvest. You've gotten a really good, you've been very satisfied about it. It's been very fulfilling. So now you're in a situation where you're feeling very rich. Your life is feeling rich, and you're sort of looking around you and everything seems to be in tune. And you are actually able to interpret that. And what's going to help you with that is listening. We have Ansu's reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication and manifestation. It is reversed and it's on the helping line. So one of the things it's meaning is listen, because everything around you is now speaking to you. You are so in tune with it that it is communicating with you. At the same time, this also has to do with inner communication. So also keep in touch with your inner voice. Your inner voice will help you a lot this month. While you are feeling that your life is very rich. What will not help is you are a bit worried about negative emotions. We have Lagos reversed. Lagos is the rune of lake or water or flow, and this is basically all the watery stuff, so emotion, intuition, and heart. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So this has to do with you're worried about negative emotions. You're also worried about you're worried about negative emotions. The other thing that this is saying is do not deny your heart. While you're listening, do keep in touch with don't lose your heart. Don't lose your heart connection while you're listening to the world around you. You are still you, even though you have blended in with your environment at this point. So don't lose yourself. Just bring yourself back to where you're in connection with your inner voice, as well as listening to the voices around you in whatever form those take. And what this is going to lead you to is we have Gabo. Now, Gabo is the rune of the gift. It has to do with an exchange. It has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. I'm going to read this a couple of ways. One, by the end of the month, you will have accomplished something that you had hoped to accomplish for quite some time. So you will have reached a goal that you were looking for. At the same time, I'm seeing this as an exchange. You're going to have a very good exchange going on with the things around you on a one-on-one basis. It's like all of it is talking to you, and you are able to maintain one-on-one communications with everything, which is pretty cool. As well, there are going to be decisions made. There are going to be sort of new agreements forged. And so even if this is just with yourself, so this is a very interesting month for you, Cancer, as we go into June. So this is very exciting, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio. Scorpio, we're going to start with a card from the Faerie Oracle, and you get the Fawn. Very neat. So I don't know that this is necessarily Pan, but it's someone who's very much, it's sort of the spirit of like wildness, the spirit of nature and natural energies and natural forces. So let's see what the runes have to say to clarify that. Okay, so something has been revealed. Something your focus is going to be on something that has been revealed that was always there, but it's sort of a revelation. It's like the eyes looking at you that show you that you're not alone, kind of thing. Okay, cool. Leading up to this moment was a great harvest. We have the harvest rune again on the leading up stage. So this is kind of neat. We have Yura. Yura is the rune of the harvest. It's also it's also the rune of time. So it's like something has completed that you got a lot of fulfillment from. You got a lot of the fruits of your labors came through, and that's sort of completed. And now your central issue is Pertho. Pertho is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises, fate, luck, and the revelation of things that were always there. So having come through this, something has been revealed that you are now working with. Part of the harvest. It was like part of the harvest. You harvested a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables, but then suddenly you also harvested this. You pulled up and a whole fawn came up, and it's like, whoa, okay, I'm going to look at this. This is pretty exciting, and that's your project for June. What is going to help you is we have Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it. What is going to help you is turning away from the din of humanity, because everybody's going to have their opinions on what you've just pulled up, and you want to basically sort this out first. So take the time, close the door, thank people for their opinions, but don't take any of them. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make this for myself. This is for me. And basically tune out the din of humanity, because they're all going to have an opinion about this beautiful fawn. And you need to sort this out for yourself. This is something that is between you and the fawn, you and the thing that rose up that is your fate that you're dealing with. What isn't going to help is we have Uruz. Uruz is the rune of wealth. This is the rune of strength and health. Also stubbornness. So stubbornness will not help you as you move forward. You may be sort of clinging to the old, and now you've got a new fawn in your midst, and this is something that you'd have to deal with. So stubbornness is not going to help. Worries about being strong enough is not going to help, and worries about health are not going to help. You may be dragged down by those things. I think a lot of those things would be put upon you by the din of humanity. I think a lot of what this is sort of the din of humanity trying to get their opinion in. You don't need that, and that's going to drag you down. So if that starts to happen, bring yourself back up to where you're like, I need to know what I think about this. I need to know how I'm going to deal with this and how I feel about this. So that's where you basically is going to help you the most as you deal with this surprise. And what this is going to lead you to is you are going to be, by the end of the month, really, really ready to step out of your comfort zone with this. You have Othala reversed. Othala is the home and the homeland. It is reversed and it's on the path line. So you are going to be able to let go of what no longer serves you and just basically step out with this new situation and embrace this new situation and this new way of being that is completely out of your comfort zone, which is very exciting. So that is your reading, Scorpio, for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. It's Ophiuchus time. Hello, Ophiuchus Snakey. So I'm going to part the Snakey a little bit so that there's room for the card and the runes. Okay, Ophiuchus, what is your card for June 2022? We have Indy. Indy, looks like Indy is making a decision. So Ophiuchus's is, you seem to have a decision on your hands. You seem to be choosing between two things. It also seems to me that you've arrived at this moment of choice with the support of others, which is good, but now it's your choice. And I think you've already made your decision, but you're still sort of thinking about the other choice. You're sort of keeping that at your fingertips because it's still viable, but I think you've already made your choice. You may not let go of the other choice entirely. It may be something you'll sort of keep on the back burner. So the one that you haven't chosen may be back burnered. It's not like you're throwing it out. You're going to keep that. But right now you do know the choice that you're going to make. So let's see what the runes have to say to clarify this. And these are long runes, so I'm going to rest the top one on Ophiuchus, the Snakey's body. Okay, so Ophiuchus, your central issue this month is going to be on your inner strength. We have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of health and strength. It is reversed and it's in the central issue. So I am seeing this as inner strength, but I may also read this as maybe you're not feeling as strong as you would like, maybe you're not feeling as healthy as you would like, and maybe you find yourself faced with a situation where you're going to have to let go of something that you were very stubbornly clinging to for a long time. Mostly though, and that all leads to a central issue about inner strength. So leading up to this, and this is why I brought up the whole concerns about health, concerns about strength. Leading up to this, you've had sort of a negative surprise. I'm actually going to read this a couple ways as well, Ophiuchus. We have Pertho reversed. Pertho's the rune of the lot box. People used to cast lots to see how lucky they were that day. It is reversed. It's on the path line. It's leading up to your central issue now. So one way I'm going to read this is you've had a negative surprise, something that was always there and has suddenly been revealed. And that's led you to concerns about your health, your strength. You're a bit worried about that. At the same time, something has been revealed about yourself that you didn't know before, but that was always there. And this is sort of feeding into your inner strength. So it's a few things happening at once, which is why it's sort of, he's got two things on his mind, little Indy, or maybe she. But the little fairy in the picture has two things on the little fairy's mind. And they could be, something negative that has surprised the little fairy, and that has sort of put your health and strength in question, but also finding out something about yourself which is really positive in that it's something that was always there and has led to your inner strength. So what's going to help you is we have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. Reversed, it has to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. And if you've had a revelation about who you are, you're going to know more about who you are than you did before. And that means you're going to know what you don't need a little bit better than you did before. So you're going to say, well, if that's me, which it is, and I feel that, then all of this that I've been hanging on to because I thought I was not that I didn't have that aspect, I'm going to let go of that. The other thing that Othala reversed is saying is leave your comfort zone. It is now time to leave your comfort zone. That time has ended where you were sort of clinging to sticking in your comfort zone and not leaving. So that's basically ended. You're going to want to leave your comfort zone, and it's going to be easier because you will be less cluttered because you will have let go of some things that no longer serve you now that you found out about yourself what you found out about yourself. What is not going to help you is the din of humanity. We have Manas, which is the rune of humanity and your part in it, and you're worried about what they will say. You're worried about what they will demand of you. You're worried about what humanity is going to say and tell you and give you. It's like, oh, you ought not to do that. You should do this other thing that I did that has nothing to do with you. And everybody's going to have their opinion, and it's going to be very annoying and drag you right the heck down. You know you. Here is you, essential you. And you've just learned something about yourself that makes you even stronger inwardly than you did before. And yes, you were supported, leading you up to this point where you're having these two things on your mind, whether it's a decision or not, whether it's just basically what you're going to focus on, or just two things that have come up. So if this starts to drag you down, bring yourself back up to, I'm letting go of things that no longer serve me. So all of these opinions do not serve me. I'm going to let go of those as well. I'm going to go forward with a less cluttered mind. And your next step on the path line is you are going to be much more in connection with that mind. We have Ansu's reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication and manifestation. Reversed, it has to do with inner communications. So you're going to be very much in tune with who you are more than you were before when you came into this month. At the same time, you're going to be listening. You're going to be a lot quieter in terms of just because you're on new ground, you're actually stepping out into a world that is basically a little bit newer for you than it was before. So you're going to be focused. You're going to be listening. You're going to be paying very close attention. You're going to be quieter than you were because you're taking it in. But mostly what I'm reading this as is you're going to be much more in connection with your inner voice, with your inner communication. You're going to be more focused on that because this started with that. This started with finding out something about yourself that you didn't know before and that was always there, and that makes you more of who you were than you were and increases your inner strength. So that, Ophiuchus people, is your reading for June 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.